So I was on Badoo, and this guy randomly who I guess I matched with him because he matched with me, and he was younger, and I gave him a chance. He's not my type at all, but he was like so adamant, like I want to be with you, everything, he and all this stuff. So then I'm like, "What's your number?" Since he wants to, I'm trying to figure out like what's going on because it sounds like a setup. It turns out it was a setup. So I get his number. I call him. He doesn't answer. He's like, "Oh, I, I'm in the bathroom." And it's like, okay, that's weird. And it's like, why would you say that? And it's already a red flag right there. So then I call again because I'm trying to see if this real or is this like a Nigerian scammer. I don't know. But shortly after, we talked for like a few minutes. Then he hung up on me. Next thing I know, he blocked me because he was like, he was Vietnam and he was Vietnamese in San Francisco. And I'm like, oh, you don't hear about that too often. Vietnamese in San Francisco. Because I'm like, I know some Korean people in San Francisco. And like, I knew this Korean girl in San Francisco and she would get mad when she'd go places because people would speak to her in like Mandarin or Cantonese and ask her if she was Chinese. She'd get pissed off because she's like, I'm not Chinese, I'm Korean, and yell at people. And I'm like, that must be like hard being Vietnamese in San Francisco because you don't really hear about a lot of Vietnamese people in San Francisco. And next thing you know, he hung up on me, but he was saying something about a massage parlor. Because somehow we got on the conversation massage parlors. He said he lived right next to one. I said, I don't like when men I date go there. And I was like, I dated an Asian guy who went to the massage parlor. And I was like in the middle of the story. And I'm like, I don't like it. Because it was like a reason I didn't like it. Because the guy was, it was like I was going to date him. And then he's like, oh, he's going there getting happy endings. And it's like, I don't want to date a guy who goes to one. And then he's like, the people know him by name and they talk to him. And it's like, okay, my neighbors, they've been my neighbors for years. I don't know anybody by name. And you're like the people at the massage parlor where they probably give happy endings and they know your name. I don't like that. We didn't even get that far in the conversation for me to say I didn't like that or why I said I didn't like a man going to a massage parlor. He just hung up on me. Next thing you know, he blocked me. And then a few minutes later, I look at my account, like 45 minutes later, and I have a warning on my account. And it's like, I have a warning on my account by expressing I don't like men that get happy endings. It was like I was going in that direction, but he hung up on me before there. But he basically told me he had diarrhea at the start of the conversation. And he was trying to marry me. And it's like, I'm trying to reject this guy. And I'm trying to figure out why is this guy trying so hard. And he was like 5'7". It's like, I don't really like to mess with people that short, like date people that short. I never have dated someone that short, but I don't want to start. And then he was a lot younger than me because I'm trying to figure out, you're way younger than me. You're shorter than my average. And I date Asian men. I actually date a lot of Asian men. Yeah, but I thought that was interesting. Yeah. So he hung up on me, got me in trouble, most likely, unless it was this other guy. But this other guy I was talking to on Badoo, I've talked to him for a while, like off and on over time. Now he's like, I don't want to talk to you unless you give me your phone number. And it's like, I don't get why you care so much. It's going to be a fake phone number anyway. People are like, oh, I can't talk to you unless you give me your phone number. I'm giving you a fake number, so why do you care? Yeah. But one thing I definitely noticed, the guy that seems more desperate and less attractive, he's the guy that's going to report you and try and get you in trouble. Because that happened to me another time where I got in trouble on Tinder and I got blocked from Tinder at one point because this guy, he said he was babysitting children and he was giving them baths. And I'm like, why are you giving the children baths? That's weird. It's like, I've babysat plenty of people. I've been babysat. No one ever gave me a bath. And if somebody did give me a bath, my mother would probably call the police on them. Unless it was like my grandmother that was babysitting me or something. Otherwise, why are you just giving random children baths? And I'm like, that's creepy. Yeah. And then he reported me because I was like, that's creepy and it's scary. And it's like, I don't really want anything to do with you. So he got upset with me. But before that even happened, he ghosted me. He's like, oh, I can't talk to you anymore because I met somebody. And it was like, I didn't like you like that anyway. And it's like, I don't get that. It's like, you say you want to be my friend, just friends. It's like, I have no sexual attraction to you whatsoever. I think of you as a gay man. And you're like, oh, I can't be your friend anymore because I have a girlfriend. And I'm like trying to understand it. I don't understand. I think of you as a gay man, like someone that I would never, ever in a million years ever do anything with besides like go to a gay bar and like look at gay male strippers or something. So it's like, I'm trying to figure it out. If I think of you as a woman, gay man, woman, whatever, someone I can go buy makeup with, go hang out with, go to the gay strip club with, I don't get why you can't be my friend if you get a girlfriend. I can get why your girlfriend would be concerned that I would try and turn you gay and you might cheat on them with men, but I don't get why they would think that I would want them if I don't want them. But I guess that says their insecurities. But I understand. But I realize, don't try and be friendly to guys that I don't like because they always end up blocking me and get me banned from somewhere because they're bitter and they can't find a date. But it's like, I can find a date. I just don't want the date. Yeah, because when guys are showing you signs like that early, even if you like them, if they're insecure and doing stuff like that, they're going to be horrible in a relationship. And I don't like when guys are like trying to reprimand me because I dated a guy who was different from my type. Because I normally date taller people. He was like 5'10" and insecure. And he was like trying to reprimand me and try and tell me what's wrong with me. And it's like, I'm good with me. And he's trying to reprimand me and all this stuff and tell me what's wrong with my life and how I can make my life better. But it's like, I'm independent. I have my own stuff. I don't have roommates. I do everything by myself. I can go on vacation a few times a year and all this other stuff. But he misunderstood when I was telling him that. He misunderstood how much he thought I made financially, where he thought I was really broke because I said I do one thing. And from that one thing, he thought I made a certain amount of money. Turns out I made more than 3 times what he thought I made. And he was renting out a room working for his mother. And I was independent, and it's like, I just choose not to drive because I don't want to sit in commuter traffic. I'd rather go to sleep. Yeah, so sometimes people think one thing. Oh, and then the guy that I was talking to that like blocked me and got me in trouble, he was like, he works in a warehouse. And I'm like, okay. Because he's like, because I'm like trying to scare the man off. I'm like, I'm looking for marriage, kids, and all this stuff, and to move off somewhere away from the area. And he's like, oh, that sounds great. I work in a warehouse. I'm like, can you support a family? Because it's like, I'm not looking for a man to support me. But like, if I get sick or like some kind of issue where I need financial support, if I get sick, have a baby or whatever, I'm not working. Can you support? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, I work at a warehouse. And I'm like, okay, what do you do in this warehouse? Are you working for like Amazon or something where you can cover all the bills and a couple of kids? And he's like, yeah. But I get the strong feeling he lived with his parents. And it was a red flag from the start. And I let it continue. And then instead of blocking him when I should have, I let it continue. And then he almost got me banned. If you like, watch, and subscribe. Bye.